Sorry for all of that. My name is Jack Raynor. I'll try to go a little bit faster because we took a few minutes, but I wanted to talk to you guys about OpenWiFi today. Just prior to kicking off the actual presentation, there's some logistics. Everyone received like a welcome bag when you got here. There was a flyer in that to contact me for an EdgeCore EAP 101, which is an OpenWiFi capable AP. I received a ton of emails. I didn't receive over 100, so if you emailed me already as of now, you will receive one. So I just didn't respond to all the emails yet, but I'll be reaching out. Someone from our team will be reaching out to you and working on how to not only get you the AP, but figure out what your kind of deployment model is, whether you want to work with an existing cloud vendor to plug that in, or do you want to kind of adventure into downloading and installing your own cloud controller. So that will all happen. I'll start off a little bit of a light note. I have a little bit of a special relationship with 802.11. It started in 1997. At the same exact time almost as another important event. And I've been kind of tracking as a software nerd, tracking the progress of those 802.11 and my marriage. And so I always joke with my wife that it's been a rocky rise, but the positive are it's much better today than it was back then, and we're progressing and we're making good progress in that area. One other thing about OpenWiFi, there's been a lot of churn a little bit here with Meta pivoting to different directions and things like that. So I've received a ton of questions. What's up with OpenWiFi? Where's OpenWiFi going? What's the status of it? And so dare I say, some people were even concerned about it. But I can assure you that we're still here. And we're not going anywhere anytime soon. We are pivoting, of course. The model's not going to be the same, but I think that's a positive thing. I think OpenWiFi is at a place in its maturity level where we really did need to move from the top-down management style to a bottom-up community-led project, and so that's kind of where we're at now. And we're making a ton of progress in that area. We're getting tons of contributions from the community. Everything's coming bottom up from a feature development or feature request. And I'll kind of go through the blueprint that we put in place to try to solve those problems and convert the community. But just a little high-level survey. How many people know what OpenWiFi is? Okay. Probably like 60%, 65%. So I'll just kind of give a high-level overview. It's an open source Wi-Fi stack. Our mission is to accelerate the adoption of higher quality internet connectivity, and it's a good mission. I like to say, and I think it's appropriate for this community too, is that we're just a bunch of engineers that get together on a weekly basis and talk about how we can make our Wi-Fi stack better and make it open to everyone. And when we solve problems, we not only make it open to our community members, we upstream many of those features. Our stack is based on OpenWRT. We've kind of branched it, hardened it, added enterprise features to it, and we upstream a lot of those features back to OpenWRT. So if you work with OpenWRT in some way, you probably benefit from our community as well. And there are hundreds of millions of consumer devices out there that also can inherit these. And so we think we're doing good for the wireless community. What exactly is it? Right now it's two components. It's an AP NOS firmware that's again based on OpenWRT, and it's hardened, and we've added tons of enterprise use cases to it and features, and so it's a commercial grade, fully capable to be deployed in many enterprise scenarios, hospitality and public and MDU and enterprise. So wherever you guys are, the benefit of it obviously is that it's that disaggregated stack, and so we have roughly 7 ODMs that make hardware for our stack, and we have probably 5 to 10 cloud controller vendors. And it all abides by the same set of APIs and standards, and so you can deploy all 7 of our ODMs in one deployment using the same cloud controller with each other, and in whatever form factor those ODMs provide our stack. And also you can deploy and swap out the cloud controller, so we're fully disaggregated at every level of our stack. We are growing. We're big and small. We have lots of people deploying, lots of people coming in to do trials and showing interest in the community. This is not everyone, but you can see it's broken down. We have ODMs, we have MSPs, we have large service providers, and lots of people are interested in this. So we work with merchant silicon vendors like Qualcomm and MediaTek, and so it's pretty diverse. We're growing in a meaningful way, because of all the questions people had about, where is OpenWiFi? Is it going to persist? I like to call us the army of the dead, right? We're coming back from the dead, and we're not only growing, but, sometime between now and 18 to 24 months from now, I'm pretty confident that we're going to have that mass adoption, where we're going to have that self-sustainability, and there'll be enough OpenWiFi deployments out there, and there'll be enough community members contributing back to the stack that it'll be a completely self-sustaining program, and we'll be ready to kind of get in there and compete. We're obviously small now, and there's the barrier for entry, but we believe our model is the right one, and we're super excited about being able to be in the market in a more meaningful way. I think most of you know the difference between enterprise and residential. Most of our features are focused on the enterprise side of the market. That's not to say that we couldn't take on residential, and we are doing some residential use cases, especially MDU, where the lines get blurred a little bit. We don't yet have ACS type features for true residential, like TR69 and things like that. But because we're an open, the only reason we don't have them is because our community members are what drive the features. And so all we would need is for a community member to come in that had interest in developing those features. And again, I'll cover the blueprint and how those features get developed within our ecosystem. But we are fully capable of being deployed in many different scenarios. Again, using the same software stack. So no matter if you deploy in different verticals, you can deploy our stack and just pick your vendor that has the form factor that you need for your specific deployment. We can also deploy in a brownfield environment. So our SDK is fully microservice based. It is scalable on Docker and Kubernetes, so horizontally scalable. And so we do say that we bring natively the richness of the enterprise features with the scalability of residential. That's where we kind of want to play, and join the community and bring your use cases and see what we can do. Again, our objectives are to be diversified. I'm on a minute. 22 update by the numbers. We are deploying. We already have SKUs of Wi-Fi 6E. We're working on Wi-Fi 7. Probably Q3 or Q4 we'll have our first units of Wi-Fi 7 available. We want to also be the implementer of the wireless industry standards. So open roaming and such. We want to implement the standards as they were intended to be implemented, not in a proprietary way. We want that to be open, and we want people to test it and make sure that it works. Here's our community blueprint. We're super proud of this. This is a bottom-up effort that we just put in place in the last few months, and it's really been successful. The community members are the ones that come in. They determine what their features that they want to implement in our stack are. They do a write-up on it in Confluence. They get the community to come in and comment on it and vote on it. They get to come on a PG call and present it to the community to gather support for it. And then we go through the design review, release planning. We're fully CI/CD DevOps. We use Jira and Confluence for our documentation. We have over 5,000 test cases that these releases go through on a nightly build. So it's really hardened when it gets out there. and why join us? And I was super excited about this conference because, you know, the marriage between software engineers, which is what we mostly are, and radio RF engineers equals great wireless LAN. What we need from the community like this is the feedback of the real world implementations back to our stack. And that really is the beauty of OpenWiFi, is that if you work with it, if you deploy it, if you test it, you can jump right on our calls. We have 2 engineering calls weekly on a Monday and a Thursday. We have a monthly PG call. We have a Slack channels where people collaborate daily. And you can give your feedback directly to the community. You can enter JIRA tickets and get those bugs fixed. And that's kind of the beauty of what we do. And if that didn't sell you, we want you to come join. It's free. You have nothing to lose. Go on the TIP website, sign up for the free software tier, join the Open Converged Wireless community. If you're interested in something we're not doing, you can create a group. We have a group that we're developing a proof of concept for. It's called Open LAN Switch. So we're building an open source PoE++ low-cost switch that runs with our management stack, so you can deploy the entire campus network in our stack and manage it. So thank you for your time. I'm sorry for the technical issues, but I really appreciate all of you paying attention.